I'm Jahan.
I'm Yasmine.
We're Krewella, and you're watching Showbiz India.
Thanks, Reshma. It's me, Nikhil, guys. I'm here in Studio City, California with two beautiful and talented members of Krewella. They're sisters. I'm here with Jahan and Yasmine Yusuf.
Shukriya.
Hi, thank you for the intro.
Thanks for being with us. So let's start off with a little bit about your background. Tell us how Krewella came to be.
We started in 2006, and this is when Yasmine was how old?
14. It was actually probably closer to 2007. I was 14. I just started high school. It was just a hobby in the beginning. You know, it was us just making music for fun. We'd be in one of our basements or just making music after school type thing because I was still in high school. Jahan was still in high school. And after a while, it was about 2010, right after I graduated high school, that we all decided to really sit down and take this seriously. We got 6-8-10, this date tattooed on ourselves, and it became our dedication date. And from there on, we worked at it every day. It became more of our entire life. It became our dedication. And slowly we got to where we are today.
Is there some sort of influence that brought you into music and specifically EDM, or was it just something you grew up with, or what was it? Where was the influence from?
I think especially with our generation, we're exposed to so many different genres of music because we're exposed to blogs, we're exposed to playlists on iTunes. You know, now we have Spotify, so you have an entire plethora of music that you're listening to. So with that, I think, like, when I think about our sound, I think it's just a combination of our roots and subconsciously what we absorbed throughout the years, whether that was the music that our dad was playing at home, which was Bollywood music, or our mom playing, you know, Led Zeppelin and Beatles. And I've always loved, like, I think we really embrace like a futuristic sound and technology.
You're half Desi, and you guys have somewhat of a Bollywood background. So what are your Bollywood influences growing up? Do you have any like memories of what you remember listening to? Any specific singers that kind of influenced you?
Our first Bollywood movie that I can remember seeing was Pyar Kiya to Dar Na Kiya, and then the big one in our family was Tal. We would sing along to that soundtrack even though we didn't know what we were singing.
You remember the songs from Tal? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to sing one of them. You guys can decide which one.
Oh yeah.
Or you can sing that song.
What, we can throw it back. Like, what did he
There
do?
you go,
Like,
there you go.
Johnny, Jana. I don't know the rest.
Never figure out how to dance to him or sing to him, but we tried both.
I
We did.
think
But the monkey move.
Yeah, the monkey move. It was like some swinging arms.
I know exactly what you're talking
He
about.
rolls up on a
the
motorcycle
guitar.
and he throws his guitar.
So you guys are going to India. You guys have a tour coming up in India. You guys are very excited. You guys were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Tell us your dates, where you're going to be, and what dates.
Oh my gosh.
on.
Okay, hold on. Let's
I got
let's
it, I
consult
got
the
it.
calendar. We don't
Okay.
know our dates.
Wait, you talk while I look
Okay.
this up.
We're going to Bombay and New Delhi in 2 weeks, but then we go back to India for a show in Goa in December.
December.
I believe. Oh, you know
Yeah.
more than I do.
Yeah.
Live show, October 12th. Okay, cool.
So New Delhi, October 12th.
Yes,
I think
and
Bombay is
then
the day before.
yeah,
Mumbai is on the 11th.
11th.
October 11th.
and then we have an off day before that, which is cool. Do you have any recommendations for what we should do?
I will. I'll get to that
Okay,
after.
cool.
So you said you have 6-8-10 tattooed, which June 8th, 2010.
Yep.
For the date you guys decided to leave everything, and music it is. If it wasn't music, what would it have been? You were still in high school. You had a long life ahead of you. So what would it have been?
That's really hard because it's weird to imagine your life not as what it is. I'm really into cooking though. I still do have a dream to open a restaurant one day. That's like my retirement plan dream with my daddy. Maybe we'll own a restaurant together. And if we have plans to open a...
clean the dishes.
No. We have a little bit of plans like that. Maybe a little bakery or something. But besides that, I was really into music.
When I went on to college, but I dropped out after 2 years. I was studying like theory of mass media and communication. So and I actually really liked researching that. I'm a little out of the loop now, but I never knew exactly what type of job it could be. So I'd probably be in school and figuring out what I would do in that field.
EDM is a very male-dominated industry, it seems, and very European-dominated industry. So being half Desi and being females, was it harder to break into, or did it affect you guys at all? Did it inspire you more to want to do it?
Definitely inspired us more to want to do it because I think we like representing the women in our scene. But you know what? At the time, we went through some roadblocks being girls. You know, you always get comments and things that are in your way. But after a while, it became an even playing field for us. Everything seemed like it wasn't about gender. We didn't feel like we had a crutch for any reason. So I think over time, it's become completely normal for us.
But I do think there's a subconscious, there is a layer that you have to pass through being a woman. And I think that's just because I think there still is this idea that, you know, people are surprised when they say things like, oh my God, they're actually DJing. They're girls. I didn't know they could actually DJ. Or like, oh, I didn't know they're actually singing.
Right.
Or because I think people are still very surprised.
Right.
So I think we have a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's getting in the way of what we're doing. If anything, it makes us more fired up and passionate about what we're doing.
Where do you see Krewella 10, 15 years from now?
Oh, 10, 15 years from now. I hope I'm not touring as much. Yeah, definitely still making music. We continue. We're working on our second album now, but we're even talking about some of our demos being on the third album. We're like, oh, that's a little more mature. I see that being something that an emotion that we're embracing on the third album. So I mean, we definitely have a future of albums ahead of us. Definitely incorporating more live elements. So like I said earlier, the future of Krewella is being a band. So next year when we're touring, if things work out, we'll have a live drummer, a guitarist, keyboard player, and incorporating more of those live elements.
It's a hard question because it's kind of like saying what's your favorite child, but what's Krewella's favorite Krewella song?
Probably We Go Down, or my goodness, Human, or Come and Get It.
Okay.
I picked three.
No, it's okay.
I couldn't pick one child.
It's okay. They're all different. They're all kind of different. So.
They are.
My favorite one to perform is We Go Down.
Okay.
And if I was to listen, if someone were to be like, I really want to know what kind of songwriting you're capable of and like what your songwriting's like, I would probably choose Human.
Okay.
I just feel like that one on the most recent album has my favorite songwriting.
Right.
So more from an artistic standpoint.
So we were talking about Human. It's one of the most touching songs I've heard. What's the biggest compromise been with that lifestyle? In that song, you talk about not being able to spend time with your family or your friends as much. What else has there been?
It's mainly the family thing because we have each other on the road, which is incredibly important. We live each other with each other. We've never lived a day apart without each other. But leaving our mom and dad and other sister back in Chicago was really hard when we moved to LA and we're on the road. Now our dad lives in LA though, so that's nice. He just moved here. But that's the biggest thing. And also probably not being able to take care of your body the way someone with a routine would. So waking up at the same time every day, getting 8 hours of sleep, eating healthy, those types of things are really hard to do on the road.
We're sisters, so we're usually on the same page
Right.
with this stuff.
Right.
I'd say dealing with very greedy people because it's a dirty industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that in every field it's going to be that way, but especially in entertainment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where did the inspiration for the lyrics come in the beginning? I mean, when you're young children, it's really hard to come up with such deep lyrics. So,
when we're children, we're not thinking about a career.
Okay.
You know, it was just for fun. I think like every kid kind of does that stuff for fun. You know, kids are so creative, but they usually, because of society, they grow out of it or it's suppressed. And for us, it was suppressed a little in school, but then when we met our producer, Rain Man, he really brought that out in us. So to, you know, gain back this creativity that we had as children.
one of your first hit singles was Alive. I would say it's probably been your biggest hit thus far. That's my opinion. I don't know the actual, statistically speaking. So why don't you sing us a little bit of Alive?
Let's make this fleeting moment last forever. So tell me what you're waiting for. I'm gonna keep it frozen here forever. There's no regretting anymore. It's worth the wait, even so far away. I'm making the night mine until the day I die. No light to break when you're hanging by fate. You know what it feels like when you're dancing blind, all alone. Just the beat inside my soul. Take me home, where my dreams are made of gold. In the zone, where the beat is uncontrolled. I know what it feels like. Come on, make me feel alive. Whoa, whoa. Come on, make me feel alive. Whoa, whoa.